Dance is always better. In the part how good you actually are. That's true. Auntie, my camera isn't working.
Hey, sorry guys, I'm here. Somebody said something. I heard it. What was that?
I said Mike.
We don't have video on now.
Yeah, it's not working today. I'm sorry.
As long as you answer, I'm fine.
Okay.
Auntie, my sister has a tennis match today and it's far away. So is it okay if I leave class at around 6:50?
Ah, sure, ma. Mm, let me see. Get everyone. Hey, Naisha, what are they doing in school, ma?
Right now, last class we just did like the unit circle and stuff.
Is
Like-
it easy?
Yeah, because I already have it memorized.
Ah,
So
yes,
like
very
this,
easy. No, very nice.
we did the special triangles and then the unit circles and being able to like, oh, if it's like immediately tell how many radians it is.
Is it easy?
Yeah,
Good.
it's easy.
Okay, good. Okay. I want to cover inverse trigonometric functions today. But where are the others? Abhiram, do you know are you together or he's coming separately?
He's coming separately. We're not together today.
Sorry, Abhiram, what was that?
He's not with me today. He's coming separately.
Oh, he's coming separately. Then how was the test? Was it easy?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you? See, coming that they forgot the class. I don't know. Okay, let's see. We'll move on. Okay, so I wanted to cover inverse trigonometric functions first and then go to And then once more revise some transformations on cot-secant tangent function, but before that some trigonometric equation solving and inequality solving. Okay, that's the plan for today. I think we are okay with respect to your school, but let's see. Okay. How do you find this? They ask you to find for the missing side. This one is an easy one, guys. Would you be able to find the missing side on this? It's an easy one. Would you be able to do this? So basically what we are going to cover is inverse trig functions. In that, what we are going to cover? In inverse trig functions, I want to know basic problem solving. Oh, Ritik is also not there. Problem solving, inverse trig function, problem solving and graphing. Okay. With and without transformation. Dhyani, you're able to catch up, Dhyani, without attending last week?
Yeah, I think I'll be able to.
Okay, good. Go ahead, guys. Would you be able to find the missing side? Are you able to, ma? Please finish and tell me the answer, Nitin. Don't make me calculate, Nitin. You have to have calculators ready as well, right? So okay. I really want your answers. Nitin, what are they doing in school for you?
We're done with unit circle, I think, but we might have a test next week over it, so I don't know. We just took a concept check on it.
On what, Amma?
The unit circle. We have to memorize every coordinate.
Oh, okay. So you have not gone into sine cos functions yet?
Oh, we've done that. Yeah, we've done that as well. We have to like find the coordinates from the sine, cosine, tangent, and then cotangent, sine, or secant.
Yeah, but have you graphed it with phase shift A, cos A, sine with the application problems? Not yet, right?
We just started like
Oh, you just
Friday.
okay. So we are a little ahead. That's fine. I just wanted to know. So I'll go ahead with whatever we have planned. We'll be good amount ahead. Okay, guys. Each of you have different answers. I am a little sad to see because at this point we should have known all this nicely. Okay, I know. Vibha got it. Abhiram got it, I think. Yashita, how did you get ma? And Naisha, how did you get a negative value ma? Did you are you using the calculator? What is the likely problem? You tell me.
Is it not like sine 42 is equal to x over 9?
That is true. See, I know. See, I know that it's so easy a problem. That's why I gave you. But I wanted to see whether you're using your calculator properly. Sine 42 equal to x by 9, x equal to 9 sine 42. Everybody would have gotten it. I'm pretty sure. But after this, how did you do it in the calculator?
I just put it in here. Let me
You
try
plugged it
one more
in,
time.
right? You plugged it in, right? Hmm. Wait, I'll show you what is the problem.
Sine 42 and radians gives a negative.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got it? So did you change the mode?
Auntie, did I fix my answer?
No, let me change. Let me change the mode.
Yeah, change. See, basically, if you have it in radians, it won't work, right? Yep, Yashita, correct. Ritik, okay. Ritik, what is the answer, Ritik? See, whether you're using the calculator properly or not was what I wanted to check, nothing else.
Oh, okay. I'll put it in.
Yeah, that's important for me to check that. And that goes for a task. I'm a little sad. Okay. Can I move on? Oh, in this I'm not able. Okay. You can use, if you don't have your calculator, it's okay. You can use it online. You know that, right? Oh, this online calculator is not working great. It's having huge issues. Okay. Oh, much better. Okay, that's right. That's right, Naisha. Ritik, what was your answer, Ritik? I really want to move on, Ritik.
Yeah, I put it in. I sent it.
No, I really want you to calculate and send me the final
Yeah, I
answer.
calculated it. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You should have put your the calculator in proper mode. That's what I wanted to check with you on this. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so now we are getting into inverse trigonometric functions, right? Now find the angle here. Let me go ahead and post the question. Find the angle here. Find the missing angle for this one. Mhm. So this is good. So you're able to use inverse function. So here when you look at it, Nitin, did you get it?
Yeah.
X equal to sine inverse of 3 by 8. There is a sine inverse function. If you put it in degrees, you'll get the answer. Can I move on? This one is an easy one.
Auntie, I can't see anymore. Can I rejoin?
Yeah, sure, man. No problem at all. Okay, we'll just begin now. Okay. Now what I wanted to do, we are going to plot trig and inverse trig functions. Let's go ahead and plot trig and inverse trig function. Dhyan is entering again. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and plot the trig function sin x first. Bhuvanesh, did they start inverse trig function at school?
Yeah, I'm in the same school as Ritik and Abhiram.
Oh, okay. You're in the same class, huh?
Just different teachers.
Oh, I see. Oh, my screen is frozen. Do you want me to reshare? Let me
Yeah, I
reshare.
can't see anything.
Okay. Got it. Is this okay?
Yeah.
You're able to see now, right? Okay, trig and inverse trig graphs. Let's graph one by one, okay? Graphing. So I'll start with sin x. Sin x will be equal to my function f of x or equal to y. Okay, now I'm going to write the domain. I'm going to write out the range. What else I need for this one? Domain, range, and I'm going to draw the graph. Let's see. So now pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. So I'm going to take it from here. Here, what happens here? Can it go here? Okay. Now this is 1, this is minus 1, correct? So now if it is inverse functions, right? Think about this. If you have any questions, ask guys nicely. If you understand, if you see, even if you don't cover something up, if you understand the base, it's easy for you at school. So this one is trig. This is inverse trig, right? So first we'll compare sine and sine inverse, okay? Inverse sine basically. Now, first, before I move on, right, I want you to understand inverse sine function is not the same as reciprocal function. Please do not confuse both. Okay, reciprocal function is 1 by sine x, which is cosecant x. Inverse sine function is sine inverse of x, which is not equal at all. Do you see it? Do you see it? They both are not equal. Am I making sense? Sine function and inverse sine function are like division multiplication. It's the reverse of one another. It is like addition, subtraction, which are reverse of one another. Any questions here? So don't confuse them with reciprocal functions. Let's move on. Vibha, are you back? Vibha? Vibha's not back. Okay. Coming to the domain, who can tell me the domain here? Go ahead, ma. Who can tell me the domain of sin x? Guys, you're going to tell me. Naisha, you want to go ahead and say?
Uh, the the domain is all real numbers, right?
Yep, all real numbers. Let's write it down. All real numbers. Then range.
And then the range is -1 to 1.
Yep. Inverse functions, what would happen?
Would it flip? Like range becomes all real numbers and domain becomes.
Good job. Actually, it should be like that, right? So I'm going to write it down like that, but let's see what happens. So this is domain, this is range. We did this, okay? Now I should invert the graph as well. You see what I mean? Now I have to go with 1, 2, 3. -1, -2. I have to go ahead with this graph, right? So let me go ahead and show you in another color. So here I want to write out pi by 2, pi, minus pi by 2, pi. Now, what did we say? Domain ranges from here to here. But I have to invert the graph as well, right? First, let me invert the graph. How do I invert the graph? So basically, this is minus pi by 2, pi. So pi is a 0, right? Minus pi by 2 is what? Minus pi by 2 is a -1, right? And then what? 0 is a 0. Then pi by 2 is a 1, right? So basically, the graph goes like this. Any questions still here? Any questions still here? But you see, it's not a function at all. If I graph it like this, it's not a function, right? I have to make it into a function, right? So what do? I restrict the domain. I can restrict the domain, right? What domain shall I restrict it to? I'm going to restrict the domain between -1 to 1. When I restrict the domain, what happens? So basically, I'm going to erase all this off. I just want from -1 to 1. I'm going to restrict the domain. However, I'm not going to have range as well. When you look at it, right? What happens? Range is all reals, right? I don't want all reals. So basically, the domain of this becomes the range of this, right? Here, -1 to 1, I already restricted. I'm not going to move any further. On the x-axis, it's there. Whatever was in the range, I put it in my inverse functions domain, which is correct, which is already done. However, what happens when we go to the domain of the original function, that becomes the range, right? All reals we wrote down. All reals means then I'll have to look at everything on the y-axis, right? But that's not possible because it's not a function. So I decide that I'm going to erase certain parts of it off to make it a function. So these are going to go. These are going to go. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep. So now it'll become a function. When you look at it, it's going to become a function. So how did I restrict it? I have restricted to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. What did I do? After restriction, this became minus pi by 2 less than or equal to y is less than or equal to pi by 2. So let me redraw it properly. Vibha, are you following?
Yeah, so it's just like restrictions, right? For the
Yep. I'm just restricting the domain of the original function to pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. So basically, minus pi by 2 would have been a minus 1, right? So pi, this is pi by 2. So I am restricting from here to here. Wait. Are we doing it correctly? Minus pi by 2 is. Yep. Any questions still here? Naisha, did you get it, ma?
well, Auntie, I just had a question about the regular sign function.
Yeah, there is one minor issue. Go ahead.
Does the range have a restriction on it for the regular sign function? For the original one.
Range is a
Restriction. Why does it have a restriction? Oh, wait, never mind. I get it because okay, wait, never mind. I get it.
will not be a function, right? Okay, wait, did we plot it properly? I feel like there's something wrong. So minus pi by 2 is a minus 1. Minus pi by 2 is a minus 1. See, we made a mistake here. Should have been like this, right, guys? When I drew the inverse sine function, let me put it properly. Minus pi by 2 is a minus 1. Where is this point? Minus pi by 2 is a minus 1. And then 0 is a 0. Okay, I did the reverse. So here, pi by 2 is a 1. Pi by 2 is a 1. You see what happens? And then pi is a 0. So the graph would have been like this rather. Now I'm restricting it. Why am I restricting it? Because it will not be a function, right? If this is the case. You see, when I draw a vertical line, it is not a function. So I want to restrict it. So I'm erasing these pieces of the graph. Literally all these pieces of the graph I'm erasing, whichever will not be a function. Now to make it into a function, right? The domain to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 really works. Am I making sense? So my sine inverse graph will be just this. Any questions here? With a restricted domain of minus pi by 2 less than or equal to y is less than or equal to pi by 2. So now what I want you to get is in the unit circle, when you look at it, we are going to restrict it to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? And the unit circle as well, I'll show you. Hold on. So here, where is this? Let me take this. Okay, so see here, minus, this is the area where we are going to define sine inverse of x. Any questions here? So on the domain, it's minus 1 to 1. On the range, it is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Any questions here? Okay. Only when we restrict, it will be a function. Let's look at the unit circle quickly. I really want you guys to see in the graph. Hold on. In the calculator. Okay. Can I share my screen if you don't mind? Can I share my screen like this? Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sine inverse of x. Okay. Yep. Graph. You see the graph, guys? Oh my God, what did I do? Where is quit? Okay, let me go to y equal to. I just want to type out the y equal to sine inverse of x. I wanted to go to graph, then window, minus 10. Yeah, I really want to increase this. 0.5 maybe. Yep. And x max need not be, I can just have 5. X min can just be minus 5. Oh, I know what is the problem. Minus 5, this minus I have to use. Minus 5, 5.5. Y max can be a 5 as well. We don't need big. Okay, this one can be a 0.5. So I see the graph better. See guys, do you see? It's 0.5 means, see, it's defined from minus 1. So basically, this is minus 1 to 1. This is minus 1 to 1, and on the y-axis it is restricted to pi by 2. This is minus pi by 2. Any questions here? Okay, so it's the same graph we plotted, right? Can I move on? Ritik, are you following? Dhyani, are you following?
Yeah, I
Yes.
understand. I understand.
Okay, cool. Now, can we do the same thing for cos? Can we do the same thing for cos?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me have this directly printed out so it's easy for us. Let's see, rather than me trying. Can I stop share? Let me go ahead and do this one. This is my cos graph. Okay, I just drew for sine graph, right? So let's do for cos x will be equal to y will be equal to f of x. Supraj, welcome back from India, Supraj. How was your India trip?
Oh, I didn't go to India.
Oh, you didn't go to India?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay. Okay, let's go to what are they discussing? What are you discussing in school, Supraj?
Oh, we just had a test on what you're teaching right now.
Inverse functions as well?
Not the graphs, but we learned about them already.
No. Trigonometric functions you learned. Did you learn about inverse trigonometric functions?
Yeah, we already learned those.
Oh, inverse trig as well, huh?
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay, good. Okay. So I'm going to plot for cos inverse of x. Okay. What is the domain of this? What is the range of this? Please, guys, you tell me.
Zero, like for the original cost or after?
Original cos. We'll do both, so that you all understand very well just the basics. Okay.
Domain
Okay.
is all real numbers,
One
and
second.
range is -1 to +1.
I can't do this. Okay. Okay, let's do this. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry, Rishi, Ritvik. I did not know. I did not write down what you're saying. So let me go ahead. Domain is what?
All real numbers.
Range is?
Oh, -1 to 1.
Yep. Now, cos inverse of x is what I'm going to plot equal to f inverse of x. So basically, we are trying to plot all inverse trigonometric functions, correct? So here, let's move on. Okay, this is good. We'll draw the graph. So how are we going to graph it? Same case, okay? So what is the point here? This is minus pi comma minus 1. Second point is minus pi by 2 comma 0. Then this one is 0 comma 1. So that reverses, right? So it will be so it will be minus 1 comma minus pi. Minus 1 comma minus pi. Am I making sense? Minus pi by 2, 0 comma pi by 2, 0 comma minus pi by 2. I'm just putting x as y as x and plotting. That's all. That's the inverse, right? So 1 comma 0, 1 comma 0, correct? And then what is this? Pi by 2 comma 0. So 0 comma pi by 2. Then what? Can I plot this? 1 comma, I'm sorry, pi comma minus 1. So minus 1 comma pi. Minus 1 comma pi. Am I making sense or not, guys? Okay, so I'm plotting this. Now, is it a function? This is not a function at all. We want to make it as a function, right? So I'm going to restrict the domain now. Before I restrict the domain, first let me reverse write it. So range will be all reals, but this is going to be restricted completely because I'm going to restrict the domain. I'm going to bring restriction on the domain. Okay, but before that, let's just write down minus 1 less than or equal to y is less than or equal to 1. Now, how am I going to restrict it? I have to make it into a proper function. One thing what I want you to understand is here, which part are we going to erase this? We are going to erase this piece. Got it? So my cos curve is going to be something like this. This is the only piece I'm going to retain. Make sense? Make sense? So let's 0 to pi is what I'm going to read. 0 to pi is what I'm going to read. And so let me show that to you like last time, where 0 to pi means this is the area which I'll read it. Any questions? So 0 to pi is what I have written, right? You see, that is 0 to pi. This is 0 to pi. The same area is in here. Am I making sense? Okay. So that's on the y-axis. Okay. So your cos curve. So now let's see how did we restrict the domain. Let me write it down for you. So now the domain, the range became the domain, which is great. But we had to bring restrictions to this one, right? So what did the range, why did we restrict it? 0 is less than, I'm sorry guys, 0 is less than x is less than pi. Any questions here? Any questions here?
No.
Okay. Now you have to remember, guys, only thing is sine inverse sine function, the restricted domain was between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, correct? So on a unit circle, I want to bring up the unit circle and show you the difference as well. Let me see whether I have it here. I want a plain nice unit circle which I can bring up and show you the difference. Let's see. What I want you to understand is the difference between sine and cos. Can I erase this? Wait. Okay, let's see the difference between sine inverse of x and cos inverse of x. Where was it defined? How did I restrict the domain? In a unit circle, this is a plus and a plus. This is a minus and a plus. This is a minus and a minus. This is a plus and a minus. So here, what did we do? Same thing here. On a unit circle, this was a plus and a plus, this was a minus and a plus, minus and a minus, plus and a minus. So these all you need to by heart literally. So in this case, right, sine inverse of x, what was the restricted domain? Meaning visually when you see, right, you will remember it forever. Sine inverse of x was restricted between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Am I making sense? So this was the piece sine inverse of x is defined. Cos inverse 0 to pi, right? You realize it? Makes sense? Restriction in the domain led us to restrict the domain for inverse function. Sine inverse, we have defined it between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Which is minus pi by 2? This one. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this one is minus pi by 2. This is pi by 2. So we are restricting it to this side. Cos was done between 0 to pi, right, on the y-axis. So 0 to pi means this is 0, this is pi. Am I making sense? So only in the green area they are defined. Any questions? Ritik, any questions?
No, I have no questions. I understand.
Ahana, are you following?
Yes.
Tejashvi, are you following?
Mm-hmm.
Bhuvanesh, how about you?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, good. So now we did till cos. Can I ask you to do tan and see? Can I ask you to do? I'll tell you what restrictions you have to do. Can I see your tan inverse graph? I really would like to see. Same. I can draw, but at the same time, I would like you to show the tan inverse graph. Can we try that, guys? Can we try the tan graph? Tan graph we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would the tan inverse graph be? Let me go ahead and write the tan graph. So we can use the same graph for tan inverse. So I'm going to write f of x equal to tan.
Wait,
Okay.
for this graph, wouldn't the domain restriction just be from like one period?
True. So what will you do? Correct.
So it'd be from negative pi over 2 to
Right?
positive pi over 2.
Correct. So what happens to the graph? Let's restrict it. Correct. So here we'll also draw the unit circle here itself. This is a plus and a plus. This is a plus. This is a minus minus. This is a plus minus. So here, let's see where the tan graph holds good. The thing is, we can keep on going. Okay. Basically, we are going to restrict the domain. How here? We want, see, when we start replicating this in this, right, in the inverse graph, it's going to keep going. So I'm going to restrict the domain for minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If I restrict the graph to minus pi by 2 to 2, so see what happens here. Oh, we don't have the bottom part. I wish. Oh, yeah, we do. We do, but there's a problem. Hold on. I'll redraw it, okay? This is much better. Okay. So I'm going to restrict it to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So similarly, here what happens? 0, comma 0. So what is the point? 0, comma 0. There's an asymptote. When you look at it, pi by 2 is an asymptote. Basically, if I don't restrict it, what happens? Pi by 2 is an asymptote. Then what happens? 3 pi by 2 is an asymptote, right? But I'm going to restrict it. I'll show you without restriction first. Okay. So from minus pi by 2 is at minus infinity. So minus pi by 2 is at minus infinity, correct? Yep. So how does it work? Minus pi by 2 goes to minus infinity, and then pi by 2 goes to infinity, right? So let's draw that. It goes like this, right? Right? If I don't restrict it, it will keep on going. However, this line test fails. Vertical line test fails. I want to remove some pieces of it. This is not going to work at all. So I'll remove all these parts and restrict the function to only minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 means which in the unit circle, where will it be? Let's see. So I'm going to restrict this part here, right? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 on the y-axis, right? So as a result, tan, this is going to be only this. Am I making sense? It's just like sine.
Miss
That's
Priya,
why.
I have to go.
Yeah, Ma, you go ahead, Ma.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So do you see the thing here? So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, how I'm restricting? Just like sine, okay? So let's move on. So the basic graphs we have done, sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse we have done, right? So let's go ahead and try some problems. What is sine inverse of half? What is sine inverse of half? Sine inverse of, okay, let's see this one. Whoa, slowly, one by one we'll do, okay? I don't want to graph right away. First, let's do some problems and then we'll go back to graphs. How about, let's erase everything, huh? Yeah, erase everything. I'll go to graph again. Okay, we just drew the basic graphs. Okay, now let's go ahead and try sine inverse of, you're going to try and let me know the values, guys. Sine inverse of 1 by 2 from the unit circle. Sine inverse of 1 by 2. You want the unit graph on the board, but I would like you to remember and say, sine inverse of 1 by 2 is what? Anybody, whoever has the answer, please tell me.
Pi by 6.
Sure. Now, let's go ahead and try this one. Tan inverse of root 3. That's a little tricky. If you have memorized, then it's easy. Tan inverse of root 3. You need to be careful. Tan inverse of root 3 means sine by cos, right? So this is a plus and a plus. This is a minus and a plus. Down beneath it is a minus and a minus. This is a plus and a minus. So tan means sine by cos is negative. Sine by cos is negative means this and this. Why? This is cos comma sine, right? This is cos comma sine. So cos comma sine, oh, positive. Okay, cos comma sine. So where is tan positive then? Where is tan positive? In which quadrants are tan positive? Vibha,
Quadrant 1 and
go ahead. Quadrant 1 and
quadrant 3.
good job. Quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. So in that case, then we need to go ahead with only quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. So now, where is tan inverse of root 3? Tan inverse of root 3 means your unit circle. Remember the unit circle, it should have a root 3 by 2, 1 by 2 combination. Then only you'll get root 3. Correct? Meaning, this is root 3 by 2 comma 1 by 2, correct? So now this is cos comma sine, sine by cos, sine by cos, or it can be 1 by 2 comma root 3 by 2. So which one to be taken? Sine by cos, right? It should be root 3. So what should be the answer? What should be the answer?
Pi
Guys, try.
over 3.
Yep. So it'll be pi over 3, this one. Pi over 3. And then similarly here, right? Pi over 3 is 1. One value is pi over 3 for this one. The other value? Other value is what?
4 pi over 3.
Good job. Okay. But one thing is, this is 4 pi over 3. Now, okay. If they ask you to see tan inverse of root 3, remember tan inverse function has a restricted, it is defined only in which region? We have two answers here. Clearly, one is pi by 3 and 4 pi by 3. But is this not invalid? Why is it invalid? Do you
Because
remember?
it's above pi by 2.
Exactly. Tan inverse function was defined only in this area. Remember, just like sine, tan. Both were only on the right side, right? Whereas cos was somewhere here. Cos was here. Remember? So now tan inverse of root 3 means we have decided that, meaning how to get the positive value for tan? Sine by cos, which is in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. We had the answers as pi by 3 and 4 pi by 3. Pi by 3 is great. It's very much in the area where tan inverse function is defined. However, we are going to go ahead with invalidating 4 pi by 3 because we are not going to get into that quadrant for tan inverse function. Make sense? Dhyani, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I really want to keep going with how about this? Yeah. How about this? Cos inverse of minus root 2 by 2. Cos inverse of minus root 2 by 2. Cos inverse of minus root 2 by 2. Did we do that? Okay. Cos inverse of root 2 by 2. Let me put up. Cos inverse of root 2 by 2. Let me put it up on the board. Oh my god. I don't want this pen. Cos inverse of minus root 2 by 2. You're going to come up with the answer. Please remember, in a unit circle, this is the area cos is defined. Cos inverse is defined. So just go ahead. You want the unit circle. See guys, but I want you to memorize the unit circle. Whatsoever. Otherwise, it's going to become very difficult, right? So I can get you the unit circle maybe. I can get you the unit circle, but the thing is you will have to memorize this. I have the unit circle on the board.
Miss Priya, is my answer right?
Yeah, Bunesh, I want you to answer to Bunesh.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm checking now. 1 minute, give me a minute.
Okay.
This is, I gave you cos inverse, right? Okay. I'm coming to the chat window. Mm-hmm. Ritik, correct. Naisha, is it correct, ma?
No, hold on.
Correct, Bhunesh. See, you can get it in two different places for that matter. Minus root 2 by 2, right? So it can be in which quadrants? Basically, if you don't restrict it, right? It can be in which quadrants? It can be 3 pi by 4 or it can be
5 pi over 4.
Yep, 5 pi over 4. But 5 pi over 4, you have to remember to exclude it. Okay, can I? Vibha, did you get it? Vibha, you did get it, Vibha?
I got the second answer. Wait, can you explain?
The expert don't understand. That's why I'm asking. Where is that you're missing? Tell me.
Wait. So the second one, wait, I'm just like missing for like the second value. Wait, why does he?
Excluded, huh? Is that your question? Okay. Seema, when we plotted inverse function, when we plotted inverse sine, right? When we plotted sine inverse of x, what did we do? We restricted between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, correct? Right? We plotted a function like this, right?
Yeah. Oh, so the same restrictions apply. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Cos inverse, what did we restrict? It was like this for us.
It was a sad one.
Yep, it was upright 0 to 1. So basically 0 to pi. Remember that? No? Okay, let me show you. No problem. Cos inverse, we'll go back and check once. Cos inverse graph, let me put it up for you so you can clearly understand. We did minus 1 to 1, right? So cos inverse. Where is my... Remember, how did we do cos graph? Cos graph was like this, right? Usually it is like this, right? Cos graph. So here it is. This one is pi by 2, pi to pi. So here it was a... wait, guys. Cos graph goes like this, right? So here 0 to, this is 2 pi. Now this is pi by 2, pi. Now when this is replicated, right, Vibha? So we were able to restrict it to 0 to pi. Remember, Vibha? So this graph should have been how, Vibha? It goes from pi by 2. This oh my gosh, my pen is gone. So this is pi by 2, right? So for pi, what are we getting? It's a minus 1, right, Vibha? So it was like this, right, Vibha? So, right? But we restricted the domain to what? Between this and this. Remember? So the graph is only this. You got it? Vibha?
Yeah, I get it.
So in the unit circle, the space is this 0 to pi.
Okay.
Correct? So
Yeah.
minus pi by 2, minus root 2 by 2 cos inverse. What are the values we can have? Let me erase everything. Cos inverse of root 2 by 2. When you look at it, right? Root 2 by 2 cos inverse can be this one, or it can be, oh, did I give you negative, ma? I gave you negative?
Yeah, it was negative.
Okay. So minus root 2 by 2, right? So that can be 3 pi by 4. This one or minus root 2 by 2 can be 5 pi by 4. Do you get it? There are two values, right? 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4. However, this is a cos inverse function and the area where it is defined is only this part. You get it? So this value is excluded. Naisha, did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. If Supraj, are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, shall we try this one? Shall we try? I didn't want to graph, I said, right? So first I want to do more problems. Let me see, wait. I gave you this rest. Okay, I'm not going to work on restricted domain yet, but let's go ahead and do this one. Yeah, I don't want easy ones. Okay, let's see. How about this? You're going to work this out. We will graph. We have time, right? Yeah, we will graph this, but before graphing, right? These are the ones I want you to know. Here. See, sine inverse of x can be written as arc sine of x. Both are one and the same. Tan inverse of x can be written as arc tan of x. Any questions here? Cos inverse of x can be written as arc cos of x. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
Okay, good. Now, let's find out what is sine inverse of sine x. We'll say that with domain restrictions, okay, with restrictions, we restrict them, okay. With restrictions,
Wouldn't it be x?
yep, because see, it's multiplication division. What do you do? This will be x. Do you guys get it? Cos inverse of cos of pi by 2. See, what happens here?
Pi by 2.
Yep. Am I clear with all this?
Yeah.
Okay, why are we going through this? Because we are going to do problems and they are going to require that. That's why I'm going through that. How about this? Okay. What is arc secant of 2? What is arc secant of 2? Arc secant of 2.
So, wait, for this problem, we have to take the inverse of a reciprocal function?
Yes. So what do? You have to make it to cos, right? So arc cos of
1 arc.
1 by
Yeah,
Would it
1
be
over.
pi over 3?
5 over 3. Correct. Good job. Good job. So arc secant of 2. Let me put it for you. Arc secant of 2. How am I going to solve? So this is basically secant inverse of 2. I can write it out as cos inverse of 1 by 2. Any questions? Any questions here?
How would you switch it from secant inverse to cos
Okay.
inverse?
Okay. I thought I did not give you a preview of it and then I just moved on as well. Okay. Before I move on there, right? Can you do this one? Cot inverse of 9 by 2. What is, again, that, no. Wait. Before I move on there, right? Cot 9 by 2 is what? What is cot 9 by 2? Please send it in, send the value in radians. What is cot 9 by 2? And what is, let me write it down for you. I want you to tell me cot 9 by 2 and secant 0.473. Cot 9 by 2.
Wait, 9 pi by 2 or just.
Cot 9, cos, 1 minute.
Oh.
Am I giving you the correct values? I don't know. Hold on. I wanted cot 9 by 2. 9 by 2. And then I wanted secant 0.473. You can use calculators, surely, but answer in radians. Yeah, I want to show you inverse trigonometric functions. What did I say? I'll show you. No, I really want some sort of a proof. Hold on. Mhm. Let me look at proving that.
Auntie,
Go ahead, ma'am.
are you looking for cos 9/2 or cot 9/2?
Or did I give it to you wrongly? Cot 9/2.
Cot,
What
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, ma'am. Sorry. Cot 9/2. Cos 9/2 won't be there, right? Cot 9/2. To go over the inverse term. I'm going to go over that. Let me see. Let me see. First, let's finish this and move on there. Yeah, 9/2 minus. Each of you have different answers. Why did I give a wrong problem? Let me check as well. I gave you cot 9/2, right? Naisha, correct. Bhunesh, how did you get minus 0.642? Oh, did you put the, it's in radians, right?
Okay.
Did you put your mode in radians?
No, I forgot.
See, Ma, don't forget that there's a very common mistake. Even after we discuss so much, it is very natural that you guys do that. Can I move on now? Yeah. See, there and here. 0.22. 0.22 did I give? Okay, correct. 0.22. The other one, what did I give you? Secant, right? What is the answer for that? Nitin, correct both. Bhuvanesh, second one, can you give me? Yeah, Bhuvanesh, second one seems incorrect, Bhuvanesh.
I'll ask for the first one.
First one seems incorrect. Cot 9/2, did you try? Let me see cot 9/2 by putting it in the calculator. Ritik, what did you get? Abhiram, did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, Bhuvanesh, where are we making a mistake? Can we check?
I'm sending you another one.
Oh, you're checking it?
Yeah.
Okay, those of you who have done right, can we try this one? This is a good one to try. It's a tricky one. I have to intervene for sure, I feel. Let's see. Vibha, I'm not getting answers. Dhyani, that's right. Oh, really, ma Vibha? Secant 0.473 is what, ma? Let me do secant 0.473. I'm going to use a calculator. I'm doing it, Vibha. Vibha, that seems incorrect, right, Vibha? What did you do to find out secant 0.473, Vibha?
I tried comparing it to cosine. Can you explain it, Auntie?
Correct. No problem. You try to bring it to cosine, and after that,
I just put in the calculator and then, so wouldn't it be like, oh, I forgot to do 1 over. Wait.
yeah, so this is 0.8902 I'm getting. This is 0.8902. Using a calculator is an art again in this. So here it should be 1.12. Did you get that?
Yeah, I forgot to do 1 over. I did it. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Okay, now let me erase. Naisha, if you're not able to catch up, you will have to stop me. Now, guys, how to do this one? Cos of arc sine half. How to do this one? Cos of arc sine of half. So this is basically sine inverse of half, right? This is difficult, okay? This is difficult to do it in a see, when you're not given a calculator, it's what is going to make it more tough. Okay, now this is a right angle triangle. So remember this. Sine half, right? Sine half means you don't know the angle, but then opposite by hypotenuse is what? Opposite by hypotenuse is 1 by 2. This is theta. You don't know theta, correct? But you can apply Pythagorean theorem and find out 4 and find out, let's call this as x. Okay, x square plus 1 equal to 4, x square equal to 3, x is equal to root 3. Are you all with me?
Yeah.
Now, okay, now you have root 3 with you, right? So how to find out now? What is, let's go ahead. X is equal to root 3. Here, how to find out x is equal to root 3 means cos of that theta is what they're asking. You have theta here. You have this side, you have found it out. What is cos of the theta? It can be plus or minus root 3. Now, what is cos of the theta? Cos of the theta is plus or minus root 3 by 2. Do you see it? Cos of whatever value it was, right? It was plus or minus root 3 by 2. Am I making sense? See, this is a Pythagorean theorem. A Pythagorean triangle, right triangle, where you can apply Pythagorean theorem and you can find out the x value. Then you don't need any of this. They're asking for sine inverse of half is an angle. That is this angle theta. So instead of this, it's theta. So they're asking for cos theta. How do you find out cos theta? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Am I making sense? Ritik, are you with me?
Yeah.
Yashita, Nitin, are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do one more and ask you to do the rest. Okay. I want to graph it too, guys, so it would be good if we can be a little faster. Let's see. Here. I've given you tan of arc sine root 3 by 2. How am I going to do this? So here, arc sine root 3 by 2. This is theta. Sine is what? Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse. I don't know the other side, right? It's okay. But then 4 will be equal to 3 plus x square. Taking this as x. So x square will be equal to plus or minus 1. So can you do that? Or you want me to do that? Please let me know, guys. So what happened? So that's plus or minus 1. So what are they asking? They are asking for tan of that theta. So I have found out that this is x is plus or minus 1. Consider just this triangle. What is tan theta? Tan theta equal to opposite by adjacent in that triangle, which is plus or minus root 3 by 1. Get it? So answer is plus or minus root 3. Any questions? Bhuvanesh, are you following?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a couple of questions. You guys are going to find out and tell me what are the answers. Let's see. How about this? How about this? Let's go ahead and try this one. Huh. Do that one. Let me take off the unit circle. Okay, now I wanted to see, I wanted to graph this as well. Let's see how much of time we have. Can we try? Do you want me to do it on the board or you want to try?
Can we try it, Auntie?
Yeah. So see, okay, yeah. When you draw, you'll always have that plus or minus and you need to know which quadrants as well. Which questions did I try? I gave you this one, right? You have to be clear with sign which quadrant is positive, cos which quadrant is positive, all that details you should know. So sometimes they will give you in such a way that you are not allowed to use a calculator. Got it? Should I wait or can I do? Please, I have to know.
I'm working it out.
Okay. You all got an answer. I'm checking.
Auntie, can you do this on the board for me
Yeah,
once?
I can do it on the board, ma. I asked you secant of arctan of minus 3, minus root 3. Secant of arctan of minus root 3. Secant. Where did I give this problem from? Secant of arctan of minus 3, I gave you. Okay, I don't know from where I gave you this. Okay. Now, let's find out. Oh, good. But you have to account for both, right? That's the only issue I'm finding in whoever answered, you got it right. But you have to account for both the quadrants. You have to remember that. Let's see. Arc tan. This is tan inverse of minus root 3, right? Tan inverse of minus root 3 means tan inverse of minus root 3. So this is secant of tan inverse of minus root 3. Now tan inverse of minus root 3. So what did you guys do here? This is, let's say it's theta. Let's say it's theta value. Now tan means opposite by adjacent, right? Root 3 by 1, right? Root 3 by 1 means 1 square plus 3. That will be equal to your hypotenuse square. So that will be equal to 4 hypotenuse square. So take square root on both. Hypotenuse will be plus or minus 2. Do you see it? Hypotenuse is going to be plus or minus 2. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if that is the case, right? So if it is plus or minus 2, secant what happens? So this can be a plus or minus 2. So it can be a plus 2 or a minus 2. So what is secant of that theta? So basically tan inverse of this is the theta value. So this is substituted as theta. But you want secant theta. Finding secant theta is very easy. 1 by cos theta, right? What is 1 by cos theta? Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse, right? So 1 by plus or minus 2. 1 by, see, cos theta is 1 by plus or minus 2. So it's like 1 divide by 1 by plus or minus 2. So what happens here? It goes up, right? So answer is plus or minus 2. Bhuvanesh, are you with me? It looks like you are with me, but you did not get the answer, the positive or negative you should take into account.
Okay.
Let me do one more, I feel. Hold on. Let me see. Which one?
Always positive and negative for like all of them?
Yeah,
Are there any?
yeah, ma, because when you take when you take square root, right, it can be positive or negative, right?
Okay, I get
Is
it.
it making sense?
Yeah, I just forgot to add the positive and negative.
Yeah, positive negative addition is important. How about this? Let's try this one. Secant. How about this? I will do it on the board. I feel like, guys, you have to take both the quadrants to account. Secant of sine inverse of 5 by 7. Secant of sine inverse of 5 by 7. So sine inverse of 5 by 7 means, let's say theta, sine inverse of 5 by 7 means opposite by hypotenuse. Now the thing is, uh, sine inverse of 5 by 7, 5 square is 25 equal to 49 plus x square. Taking this as x, what happens? So 4, 24, is it 24? Yeah, it's 24. So 12 times 2, or otherwise I would have gone with 6 fours are 24, right? So basically it is 2 root 6. Are you getting 2 root 6, guys? Are you all getting 2 root 6? Which problem did I give you? I'm a little confused. Secant of sine inverse of 5 by 7. Secant of sine inverse of 5 by 7. Okay. So you get, yep. So now let's find out. You get 2 root 6 as your answer. However, it can be plus 2 root 6 or minus 2 root 6 as well. So it can be two triangles here. So same. This is 5, this is 7. It can be like this. So in this case, right, this is minus, this is plus. Okay. So this is plus, this is plus. So here what we do, okay, so now I found out the three sides of this triangle. That's what was important for me. Once I find out the three sides of the triangle, I found out, meaning theta is you can easily find. Basically, sine inverse of 5 by 7 is my angle, theta. Now, secant of that angle is what they want to know. What is secant of that angle? 1 by cos of that angle, right? What is cos of that angle? Adjacent by hypotenuse. 2 root 6 by 7. That's in the denominator. So it becomes 7 by 2 root 6. Any questions? Supraj, you're with me?
Yeah.
Cool. Dhyani, you're with me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Now let's go ahead. I want to give you one more problem and see where we are. How about this? Can I expect you to do this? I don't know whether I can expect you to, but try. If you don't know, I'll do it on the board, please. Bhunesh, I really want answers. Bhunesh, Abhiram, you're not answering as well. Can I get answers on these? Secant of arc, cosecant of 8 by 6.
Wait, what are the numbers that it says?
Which one? 8 by 6, right?
8 by 6, okay.
Sorry, it's not clear, Ritik. Secant of, I'll write it down. Arc cosecant of 8 by 6. Is this clearer?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to give you that. Okay. Okay. I have the proof. Okay, I just worked it out. Let's see. Are we done with this?
Can we finish it real quick? I'm almost done.
Come up, please. Yeah. No pressure, but I just want to show because I went to court and then I pulled you back. I said I'll show you a proof, right? For cot inverse of x, how cot inverse and tan inverse are connected together. I really want to show the proof. So graphing we didn't do. I want to graph it quick. At least one I'll graph and show you, then you can graph anything else. Done, guys? I'm going to make the next class wait, guys, but please understand good amount of effort we are putting. So I really want you to get this done. I can help you if you're stuck, but you have to let me know. Oh my gosh, you have the answer. Hold on. What did I give you? Secant of arc cosecant. Secant of arc cosecant I gave you. Where is it? Secant of. What I give you? Secant of arc cosecant of. Secant of. Okay. Okay. So the answer is. Supraj. 8/2 is what, Supraj?
4.
Yeah. That's it. You have the answer, but.
Wait, I thought it was 2 root 7.
Oh, 8/2 root 7. What is it? 8/2 root 7. I am confused. What is it? 8/2 root 7. So 8/2 root 7.
Oh, it's high. Oh, wait. Give me a second.
I will solve it, guys. Can I solve it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Listen, you're trying to get it. Okay. Guys, what I'm saying is let's draw a triangle, okay? Arc cosecant means what? Cosecant inverse of 8 by 6. What is cosecant inverse? First, let's understand this function. Cosecant inverse is what basically? Cosecant inverse. Cosecant inverse. So basically, this is, I'm sorry, cosecant, right? This is cosecant inverse. Like sine inverse, cos inverse, right? Sine is what? Opposite by hypotenuse, correct? Cosecant is what? Hypotenuse by opposite. Am I with you all, guys? So this is 8. Hypotenuse by opposite. This is theta. So this is 6. Am I with you all?
Yeah.
Now 64 minus 36 will be my x square, right? I'm sorry, this is x. What is x? This is x square. So 6 plus 6, 12, 13, 14, right? 8. And then what? 28 equal to x square. Am I making sense? 6, 41. Yep. So x will be equal to plus or minus root 28. I cannot write it as plus or minus root 28. I will have to write it out as 2 root 7. Correct? So this can be 2 root 7, or in the negative side it can be minus 2 root 7. Correct, guys? Now, how to find out? I know theta, meaning I know all the sides of the three triangle, all the three sides of the triangle. I just need to find out the secant theta. What is secant theta? Secant theta is hypotenuse by adjacent. What is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is 8. Adjacent is plus or minus 2 root 7. Correct? So my answer would be plus or minus 8 by 2 root 7. Bhuvanesh, did you get it?
Wait, Miss Priya, isn't that what I put in the chat?
Oh, 8 over 2 root 7. Okay, sorry. Yes, okay, correct. Arc sine of 8 by x. So x is equal to 2 root 7.
Wait,
8.
Aunt, can that not be further simplified to 4
Oh,
over?
yeah. Actually, see, the problem is you are giving an irrational. See, this is what tripped me off, Supraj. Here, you will have to multiply by root 7. Do you get
Oh
it? So,
yeah.
an irrational denominator. So, it becomes 4 root 7 by 7. This is how you have to answer. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. And Ritik, you're there.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the proof that we said. Let me invite those kids in, and then I'm not going to get you off right off. Let's see. Participants, how to go to participants? Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to invite them all and then work with you guys. Okay, I'll start the class a little late. So here, guys, let's see cot inverse of, or tan. Let's just go for an easy one. Tan inverse of x is equal to y. Okay. Guys, algebra kids, please wait. Tan inverse of x equal to y means, how do I do? Let's say this is x equal to tan y. Am I clear? X will be equal to tan y, correct? Sin y by cos y, correct? Equal to x. Or I can say, I'm going to relate this tan inverse of x to cot inverse of x. That's what we want, right? I want to relate these two, right? Now, I can write this down as, I can write this down as what? Wait. I was just now proving, hold on. So cos by sine, then what happened? Tan y will be equal to 1 by x, correct? Tan y will be equal to, okay. So now, this I can write it down as cos y by sine y, correct? Now, cos y by sine y is what? Cot y equal to 1 by x, right? So, y will be equal to cot inverse of 1 by x. Are you all with me? So, see here, compare these two. Am I making sense? This is why tan inverse of x equal to cot inverse of 1 by x. Does it make sense now? Ritik, to answer your question, I said I'll come back, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tan inverse of x equal to cot inverse of 1 by x.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And similarly, what happens? Cosecant inverse of x will be equal to
Sine 1 over x.
sine inverse of
Inverse
1 by
1 over.
x.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the thing what you need to do, so you have to remember this. Similarly, secant inverse of x will be equal to what? Without the proof, I
Cos
told you. So I felt like
cos
I
inverse 1
cos
over
inverse of 1 by x. So just like that, instead of memorizing this, please understand how we get it. Then you can yourself derive it if you forget it in an exam. Make sense? So I just gave you this directly. I felt very bad. So I just moved back to show you the proof. Any questions? Any
No.
questions?
No.
Okay. Guys, algebra guys, wait a minute, guys. I really want to graph one and then let them go. Okay. Now, how do we graph this one? Let's try graphing this one. I don't have the key. Okay. Let's try graphing this one. Bhuvanesh, Abhiram, Ritik, for you only, for the three of you, I'm trying to urge on this, okay? Others can wait, but you three can't wait, I know, okay? So how do we graph this? So basically, what is the ordinary cos inverse graph? You all remember? What is the ordinary cos inverse graph? We have pi by 2 pi.
It starts at yeah.
Is it like this?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, when you think about it, cos inverse of x plus 3. So what happens here?
It
It is
moves left 3.
it is moved left 3. So how will you graph it? Let's please do one or two graphs and then I'll let you go. So here it moves 3 units to the left, right?
Yeah.
So now your graph will be like this. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the final graph for this would be this. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I really want to do, I'll give you homework, I'll give you exercises, but then if I don't do it in class, just give homework, it feels bad, you see. So I really want to try this. The last question we'll try is this. How about anyway, I'll go through this next week, but for you not to suffer, right? Right away. How do you do it? You should know. It's easy. It's not hard at all. Once you understand the basic cos inverse, sin inverse, tan inverse. Can we do this, guys? This will be the last graph which we do. So now tan graph, right? What was the tan graph? Let's do the tan graph. Or tan inverse graph, I'm sorry. Tan inverse graph was like this, right? So this was pi by 2, pi. This was pi by 2, pi. I'm sorry, guys. Algebra, guys, you have to wait. So this was our graph. The asymptotes were here. So the graph went like this, right? Did it go like this? Ritik,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So so now what happens if there is a phase shift? Do you see there is a phase shift of 3 pi by 2 down or up?
Down.
Yep. So what happens? So this 0 point will come here and your asymptotes will also move from pi by 2 to down 3 pi by 2, it will move. This as well will move 3 pi by 2 down. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So the entire graph shifts like this. So the black color is the correct graph. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
So the graphing of inverse tan functions is not hard at all with transformations. But only thing you will have to remember is sine graph. How does it go? It goes like this, right? Cos graph goes like this. So that you need to remember. Tan graph goes like this. So tan inverse of x, cos inverse of x. If you remember this, then you can apply all the phase shifts, whatever you want, you can apply. Any questions?
No.
Okay. I'll stop here and redo the graphing next week as well.
Okay.
Okay, guys. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, bye, auntie.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Hi, guys. How are you all? Sorry. Okay.
I'm good.